Good evening. This is Pastor Steve, and I'm so excited about our big announcement that this coming Sunday, we will be meeting together once again at 10:30 a.m. here in person at New Hope. We welcome everyone who is comfortable to come on out. Now, as you remember, there are some guidelines for doing so. First of all, if you're not comfortable attending in-person services yet, if you're not feeling well, if you're running a temperature, we ask that you stay home and worship together with us as we live stream those services. Also, we ask that you maintain 6 feet of social distancing between family units. Also, we will be meeting at 10:30. The usual 9:30 time of fellowship and prayer and intercessory worship will actually not be happening. In fact, there will be no self-serve food items or coffee or water of any kind. However, you are permitted to bring your own. We just ask that you keep that with you throughout the service and take it with you following the service. So finally, we want to give you a picture here of what it's going to look like and sort of what is expected of you this coming Sunday. All right, so here we have the Cromer family. They have just arrived in their car and gotten out. We ask that first and foremost that you kind of check out the scene. Now, as you can see, the Cromers are early birds, so there is nobody here yet. If you happen to arrive and notice that there are people sort of waiting to enter the building, we ask that you actually remain in your car and wait until they have entered. So at this time, we're free and clear, so the Cromer family is going to head on in. Now, there's a few things that you're going to notice that are a bit different this Sunday. First and foremost, you'll notice that we don't have our lovely, amazing blessings of greeters available here at the doorway. In fact, the doorway is a little lonely, but you'll also notice that it is propped wide open. We are making these services as hands-free as possible. And so we're keeping the doors propped open so that you don't need to make physical contact with them. So we ask that you enter straight into the building here. We ask that you don't actually congregate as we normally do, because the next thing that you'll notice here is our entryway. Now, there's still some things set up here for our lunch and breakfast program that are happening until this Friday. But you'll notice that there's no longer a self-serve coffee area, no juice, no chocolate milk, no cookies, no snacks. Those will be discontinued. There's also no longer any seating available. We're asking that you choose to come in around 10:30, and instead of congregating here, instead you will just walk straight in to the church service. And you can see these guys are super happy and excited to be here, right? Yes. All right. And so, you'll notice next that the sanctuary doors will also be propped open. That way you can walk right in. And as you're entering the sanctuary, you'll notice that it is set up slightly different than usual. There is quite a bit of distance, not only between the rows of chairs, but also down the aisles. We want to do everything that we can to help facilitate social distancing to maintain everyone's safety. So as you're entering the sanctuary, we ask that you actually come straight away to the front of the sanctuary, where you'll see our offering plates available. And so as you enter the building, come on forward, drop in your tithes and offerings. No need to pick up the plate or touch the plate or lick the plate or kiss the plate or anything else you may be tempted to do with these offering plates. Let's see how much Nate gave. Oh boy, got a big giver there. Woo, must be working hard. Sorry, we actually won't do that for you when you enter Sunday. But after you've dropped off your tithes and offerings, we ask that you come on in and sit together as a family unit. We're asking that, I know that everybody has some assigned seats that they like, that you find a seating arrangement that is as far as possible from other family units. So you want to make sure we maintain social distancing here. Now at this point, the service will go on as normal. We'll have our, starting this week, you'll have our live worship experience. We're going to have some prophetic words and ministry happening. We're going to have teaching and preaching of the word. Everything that you love about New Hope is going to be taking place. However, it will look a little different at the end of the service. At this time, we will not have our altar ministry active, where we have the laying on of hands and praying and whatnot. Instead, at the end of the service, instead of just kind of getting up and either coming forward for ministry or, starting to gather together and chit chat to catch up with all those people that you love and haven't seen for so long, we're actually asking that instead you wait, and we're actually going to dismiss everybody in an orderly fashion. And so we will actually come and indicate that it's your time to head on out. And at that time, we're asking you to stand and as a family unit to go ahead and exit the sanctuary, exit the building, and head on out to your vehicles. Now, throughout the course of the service, we do have the restroom available. The nursery and toddler ministries will still be happening. Our children's church ministry is actually going to be discontinued until later in the month. But if you need to use the facilities, they are available. The only thing we do not have active are the water fountains. So try to, touch as little as possible while you're doing so. And at the end of the service, we're asking that you do head straight out to your vehicles, that if you want to catch up with your brother or sister in Christ that you've missed for so long, we're asking that you, use their contact information, reach out to them via phone or text or email or whatever else the case might be, that you just head on out. Because here at New Hope Assembly of God, we are reminded that we have been called here by God to gather, to grow, and to go. And this year in particular, we're reminded of our vision that we want to be a family. And in this season, we have the opportunity to be exactly that, a group of people who genuinely love, trust, care for, and look out for each other. And so in this season, I know that we're, starting up slowly and that we are choosing not to participate in some things like hugging, kissing, handshaking, all those different things that you might be comfortable doing coming into the church. But we're asking that you really genuinely love, care for, and look out for, the least of these. That we do our part to be safe, to maintain social distancing. This is temporary. It is only for a season. But we thank you for being willing to help us out in this way and just to really be a blessing, not only to your church family here, but also to the community around us, that we're sensitive to their needs and that we're doing what we can to do our part to bless them. All right, so here we have Megan Cromer. She is super excited to be back at church, her first Sunday back in months. As you can see, she's maintaining social distancing. There's no one around her. She's a loner. She came in her own family unit. She also loves coffee, just has to have it in the morning, and she woke up late, so she's bringing her own self-serve coffee. She comes in the building, maintaining social distancing, and she notices that we have some sanitizer available. And so she's going to sanitize her hands. And she's going to make her way back into the sanctuary when she encounters Mr. What Not to Do.
Hi, I haven't seen you in such a long time! Have a good day!
Okay, so as you can see there's a few things that went wrong. First of all, Mr. What Not to Do was loitering in the welcome area, awaiting visitors to attack. Now, he was doing it in love. He genuinely loves these people. He cares about them. He hasn't seen them in months, and, he was just dying to see them. However, we're asking that you not be this guy this Sunday. No big hugs, no lengthy kisses, no handshaking, no patting on the back. We're asking that you just head on in. Trust me, those brothers and sisters in Christ and those new visitors that come out this Sunday, they know how much you miss them, and there's no need to show it physically. Maybe a nice wave from across the sanctuary. What do you say, Mr. What Not to Do? All right, let's see your best wave. All right, we'll see you Sunday, right? Yeah!